Week 2 matchup recaps. Week 2 is in the books. Starting to get an idea of how this season's going to play out a little bit. Cream always rises to the top, as they say. So we're going to dive into my matchup with Jason. Bend the Knee versus Follow the Buzzards. Follow the Buzzards, which will, for the foreseeable future, be known as Go Cubs Go with an exclamation point. Turns out Drew Brees is good at football, guys. Who knew? Jay Cutler is not. A couple other guys that are really bad at football, Austin Hooper and Jimmy Graham. The tight end situation in all of fantasy is just absolutely abysmal right now. So Jared not looking so stupid taking Gronk early on. But bottom line, I don't want to waste too much time on this matchup. We all knew I was going to win. I won. Jason, change your team name to Go Cubs Go per our bet. And I just love seeing it as that heading into the playoff push here. So on to matchup number 2, first round bust versus Big Brown and it hurts. Reese takes down John. Upset of the week. I mean, at this point, does it even matter if Zeke Elliott gets suspended? I mean, he's not very good. Bottom line, 8 carries for 9 yards. I mean, that's rough. And Zeke, I think everybody just gave the formula to how to stop the Cowboys offense. Just load up in the box and dare Zeke or dare Dak Prescott to throw. He can't do it. So, also, I got a question for you here, John. What the hell are you doing starting Stephon Diggs with no Sam Bradford? What's that about? But on the plus side, Kareem Hunt, he is legit. Great pick in the draft. He's going to be good for you all season long. Michael Crabtree is the clear number 1 in Oakland. It's time that we all just acknowledge that. Crabtree is better than Cooper. I've been saying it for 2 years. He's going to get more yards. He's going to get more touchdowns, just like he always does. Leonard Fournette had a garbage time TD. Other than that, kind of meh. I think the game scripts are going to be rough on him this year, and he may not be as big a monster as you think, not through any fault of his own, but just because that's going to be a rough game script all year. But speaking of rushing touchdowns, Delaney effing Walker vulturing the touchdown at the goal line. No faith left in DeMarco Murray. We'll get to that later on. But the Bucks D is for real. Congrats, Reese. 2-0. Good job. Pack Attack beats What If. C.J. Anderson had a big week, and quite honestly, he's looked good the last 2 weeks. I still don't trust him. I just don't trust C.J. Anderson. He looked real good last year in the first couple weeks and then fell on his face. I don't trust the guy. Turns out Aaron Rodgers, he can throw a football a little bit. So Aaron Rodgers, pretty good. Where the hell is the Crow, though? I expect he'll get going a little bit better, but you can't be excited about it if you're a Crow owner. Eating some Crow rather than watching him fly high for you. Tough luck, Joe. It looked like Julio Jones was going to have an absolutely monstrous game. Had, I think, 92 yards in the first quarter, only 16 yards the rest of the way. Todd Gurley, much like C.J. Anderson, 2 touchdowns in this game. I don't trust Todd Gurley anyway, hence me trading him away. I just, I'm not buying into it. Still hasn't rushed for over 100 yards in, I think, 18 or 19 straight games. Bottom line here is, Joe, you're 0-2 and you're making a strong run at the Golden Douche early, but thankfully for you, there's other people that are making a stronger push. And for Pack Attack, congratulations on evening out your record to 1-1. You've risen up to mediocrity, so great job there on being mediocre. Cheesehead Champ versus OJ's Revenge. A rare big game for Travis Kelce. I didn't see that happening again, like, ever. I think Travis Kelce is a total pile of crap, as well as one of the worst human beings in the NFL. Obviously not on par with how horrible a human being as, say, Ezekiel Elliott is, but Travis Kelce is obnoxious as hell, and I hate watching him play football. He gets a 15-yard taunting penalty every freaking game, and I just want somebody to take his head off one of these weeks. So hopefully somebody does. Mike Gillislee's a touchdown monster, but there's danger ahead. LaShawn McCoy looks done. Jordy Nelson's hurt. You should have drafted Mike Evans and then Jay Ajayi in the second round instead of Jordy Nelson and LaShawn McCoy. I told you you'd regret taking Shady over Mike Evans, and you are going to regret it all season long. Mancusi has Devontae Freeman, not really much else. Odell Beckham Jr. is awful. I want you to really listen to me here, Mancusi. The New York defense is awful. The New York kicker is awful. Well, I'm basically trying to tell you, I know you're a fan of the Giants, but they're bad, and they should be avoided in fantasy. The whole team. Their offense is terrible. Their defense is terrible. They are a bad football team. Now, later on in the year, they usually pick up steam. But right now, you cannot keep playing Giants and expect to win. And I'm telling you this from a place of love because you're playing Steve this next week, and I need you to win. Nobody wants Steve to win. So get rid of the damn Giants, all right? Get rid of the Giants defense. Get rid of the Giants kicker. And start playing start being competitive in this league because what you're doing right now is crap. So moving forward there, congratulations, Tony. 2-0, one of 3 teams that are 2-0. And coincidentally, all 3 teams that are 2-0 are Welshmen. Reese is from Wales. I'm from Wales. Tony's from Wales. So you can add fantasy football as to the list of things that Welshmen are the greatest at. I mean, that's just a fact. It was what it is. So now on to the one that you've all been waiting for. Damaged goods versus Cash Me Outside. Jared, I'm going to spend just a brief amount of time on you here. Brady and Gronk are who we thought they were. Your running back situation still is horrible. But let's get on to the part that you all want to hear about. Steve, when I look at your team, it makes me physically ill. So instead of running away from this, I'm going to face my fear. I'm going to dive into this and diagnose your shitty team. So DeMarco Murray is done. Just done. You couldn't get somebody to take him for free at this point. He's finished. That's Derrick Henry's team now. See you later, DeMarco Murray. Jordan Reed would get injured playing two-hand touch. Useless at tight end. The Jags D, a lot of talent, but you're 2 years too early, dummy. You're 2 years too early. They need to develop. What are you doing? For those of you thinking, but hey, what about Carlos Hyde? You know, Carlos Hyde had a pretty good game against the Seahawks. Did he, though? He had a 61-yard run on a quick count that they caught the Seahawks off guard on. If he didn't have that, he had an 8-point effort. Now, I know that you can't do what-ifs in fantasy, but I'm going to do it anyway with this one because Carlos Hyde's a piece of crap. So if any of you are thinking that Carlos Hyde is a guy that you want to go after, think otherwise. He sucks. Dez Bryant, I mean, obviously, Dez Bryant, and pretty much you can stick this label on anybody Steve drafted because he had the worst draft in the history of our league. He just sucks. He's going to have a shit year this year. He's being absolutely shut down by top-tier corner play, and who could have predicted that? Anybody? Oh, why, it was me. Your commissioner predicted that. I predicted it heading into the week 1 matchups that Dez Bryant draws tough corners this week. He has the toughest schedule I've ever seen. 9 more matchups with Pro Bowl corners that are going to be shadowing him. And honestly, nobody's really scared of anything else in that offense in the passing game, so he's just going to get blanketed all year long. Dez Bryant's doing this shitty, by the way, despite having 7 red zone or end zone targets already, which, by the way, he's only turned into 1 more touchdown than Josh Gordon. who has not seen a football field. So AJ Green, great football player on a horrible team, doesn't know how to use him. But I really wanted to tell you for a second here, you've done a great job stashing guys on your bench that you absolutely cannot use. Awesome job. So now that all of your guys have pretty much fallen through and your team is just terrible, you can plug in, oh, wait, no, I guess you can't plug in anybody, can you? You have to stick with the bull crap you have because you weren't able to pull off a trade the first couple weeks of the year too, which, gee, what did I predict? If Steve's not able to trade, so Cameron's not in the league for you to rip off. Having a tough go without your BFF, aren't you? So I gotta say, though, it is very amusing to me watching you dumpster dive into free agency and consistently pick up the wrong guy time after time after time. I mean, you know it's bad when you're super excited about the 56 yards Alvin Kamara gets you. Congratulations, dude. Alvin Kamara is not very good. The real question here is not if you'll be the golden douche, but if you'll find a way to win a single game. I mean, it's tight. Your team is the Titanic. It's time to abandon ship. You need to go into your closet, or you're probably already hiding in there. Pick out some of the women's dresses or something that you got, throw one of them on, hop into the lifeboat, and abandon ship on the Titanic. That's all I got for you guys this week. I'll come at you tomorrow with the matchup previews for week 3. See ya, and good luck. Except you, Steve.